Kia ora, good morning, Morena, my beautiful stars. It is now the 30th of March at 8 a.m. in the morning. Well, there's something new on the table here, my stars. A beautiful, beautiful subscriber has sent me this beautiful little globe. And it changes color. I don't know if you guys can see. I'm just putting my hands around it. They've asked to remain anonymous. And I just want to say thank you very, very much. I really appreciate it. I have sent you a thank you back. But look at this beautiful little globe. And if I remember correctly, I've looked at it last night. And it actually changes color. It looks like a little moon. Obviously because of all the moon cards that has been coming up. But thank you very, very much. I really appreciate it. It's now going to have a permanent little space here on our tarot table. And I'm just going to move it over here for a second. And yeah, you can see it's changing color there. So yeah, it does change whatever. So, but I'll try and get it at a later stage when it's a little bit darker. But yeah, this is going to be a permanent fixture on here now, and it just brings a little bit of illumination to the thing, breaking all those moon cards. Thank you very much. Well, let's get into this. I've been thinking of how to word and frame this, the question, but it is basically in one of my previous readings, and I'll pop it up here about Prince William and that whole faith scenario and everything that came out of there. There has been a feeling that I've got that there is a leak. And I first thought it could be the leak within his new organization, that Bulletproof Sunshine team or whatever. That is just a term that they give it. It's not an actual PR firm. I actually looked into it. It's not a PR firm, but the people in charge now, I know there's a lady, I can't remember her name now, but she is, let me just have a look if I can get her name here. I did jot it down. Yes, it is a lady. It's two ladies. It is a trainer and a Ravenscroft is involved with that, and they were apparently in very, very big PR agencies dealing with crisis things, etc., etc. So what they call the Bulletproof Sunshine team is basically just a name that has been given to it. So I want to see, do we need to worry about leaks there? Because we have heard that there's been a little bit of a friction between Buckingham Palace and Kensington Palace, you know, the old guard and the new guard. And I'm just wondering, does William need to look at his inner circle, or does he need to look at Buckingham Palace? So let's have a look and see what the cards I've got. Oh, what's this? This is telling me it's the old guard, the Queen of Pentacles, the leftovers from when the Queen was there. There's spin doctoring going on. Okay, because as we all know, when William takes over, that whole Buckingham Palace is going to get a shake-up, and as we know with the Queen, a lot of things have been... a lot of people have been moved on, repositioned. Some have retired, some have moved on, some have lost their jobs. It's like in any corporation, you know, when somebody takes over or a corporate takeover, you know, there's definitely heads going to roll. But let's stop all my yakking and see what the cards have got to say, my friends. Yes, yeah, so it's a Ravenscroft. So does Harry need to be... listen to me, Harry. Does William have to be worried about information going to Harry and them from his crew or from Buckingham Palace? I don't know why Harry popped into my head, but yeah, it's clear, because I mean he still had connections there and everything. So let's have a look and see what the cards. So why I said Harry, I have no idea. Let's have a look here. Me and my funny cuts, and I'm just cutting. This is just the way I cut, my friends. I can't riffle the packs. I've never, and I've tried it. And my cards just don't want to do it. Maybe I'm just stupid. I'll see where the cards go. I don't know if it's going to be 6 cards or 11 cards. Let's just see where the cards go. Oh, okay. The cards revealed where he's got to be careful for the leaks. Queen of Swords upright. Six of Swords in reverse. Four of Pentacles upright. Holding on. Ace of Swords upright. The cards just came out the way they did. So yeah, let's dive into this. I think this is going to be a little bit of a deeper dive here. The Hierophant here. This is the old guard. The foundation, the palace, the firm, the king's office. It represents the traditions, the established order, and the way the things have always been done. And I think with this card popping out first, this shows the household, the firm, is very resistant to the sort of like new way of doing things, sort of like a corporate style, corporate agency, and changes that are happening within Kensington Palace. Buckingham Palace is still operating on I would say, a 20th century model of the divine right, which is fundamentally at odds with PR and with what Kensington is currently doing. This Queen of Swords here. Look with her back turned to the Hierophant. This is Kensington Palace. This is the new PR team. They've come in. They are unemotional. They're unattached. They are analytical. Unlike the Hierophant here. And I almost think that that is that lady, that's the head of the PR team. That Ravenscroft. I think her name is Liza Ravenscroft. Let me know in the comments if I'm correct. She's sharp, she's analytical, and she's cutting through the noise, and this is showing me that Kensington Palace has almost turned its back on the old way of doing things. And they are using their mental fortitude. They are cutting through. And swords are words, and she's in charge of words. A Six of Swords here in reverse. It's almost like something or somewhere something is stuck. Is it the Hierophant? Is it Buckingham Palace that is stuck in the past? They're not moving forward. And they are not moving with Kensington Palace. They are not moving with the new ways of doing things. They are still so used to doing everything the slow, old way. And it's almost like Kensington Palace, the Waleses, are rocking the boat. They're turning the boat upside down. Because they want to move forward. This Page of Pentacles here. This is holding on. Holding on to the past, holding on to the way things were done. And you know, I've in the past said this is the two different countries, but if you have a look here, in this setting here, it means for me, where's my little pointy? This means for me, if you look there, there's a modern city, and there's an old city. It almost looks like an old city. And it's almost like Buckingham Palace is hanging on for dear life, and they're sort of stuck in the middle between the new and the old. But a line has been drawn. But they're still trying to keep their feet flat on the ground here, to hold on to what the crown has always done. This Ace of Swords here. This Ace of Swords. It is cutting through. It is a new breakthrough. It is a new opportunity. Look at all the swords. There's two swords on the table here. And swords, Ashanta from a single fortune, it's words. It moves through the air. And this brightness here shows me it is a bright new beginning. And they are going to be cutting through the old, and the old way that the crown was doing things, and that there's a new crown on its way. But the sword cuts two ways because of what is being held on here. Let's move on. The old ways of doing things. Three of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. Page of Swords. Okay, the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands are telling me that it is, look, it's underneath the Queen of Swords here. They are looking for new ways of doing things. They are looking for new opportunities. The old is behind them, and they have got new plans and new opportunities. But the foundations are there. The foundations are there, but it is time to plant a new stick. Planting a new sapling in order to grow out to the greater world. And this right hand here, and look at the sword. The right hand is holding the sword up. The right hand is holding the staff up. So this is telling me that the new PR team is William's right hand. His right hand man. Him and Catherine's right hand man. Under the swords here, it is new opportunities, a new way of doing things. And it's trying to convince them to move forward here. This Page of Swords here, look how it's sitting underneath the Four here, which I said is the Palace holding on. How these cards are talking to each other. I think we found where they need to be careful. I think some people was in the firm and the old guard are the leaks on the internet. Small little leaks that are filling through. Look how this page is looking at the new opportunities. We can't really see. And look how it's pointing up to holding on to the old way of doing things here. Eight of Wands. Ah, okay, now all the wands popping up here. Oh, let's have a look here. This Eight of Wands. This is the information flying. And look how it's going towards, how it's pointing up to the Hierophant. And then we've got the Five of Wands here. It's all the noise that are being made here. All the noise that are being made here about the new way of doing things. This is telling me this is what's causing the conflict. But Kensington is trying to cut through that noise. Kensington is trying to cut through the old way of doing things. I think we found where the leak is going to be. I just want to move the camera slightly. I think we found where the leak is. Justice. Somebody's going to get caught. Somebody is onto them. Look at the swords here. Look at the sword pointing up. And the balance. Restoring of balance. They are trying to balance things. There's a lot happening behind the scenes that we are not aware of. The foundations are strong. It's a Libra card. It's showing me the two faces. The two faces of the Hierophant and the new way of doing things. Let's have a look at underlying. Okay. Yes. Okay. There we go. It's to break free from all the stress. that has been caused by the Hierophant, by Buckingham Palace, is what I want to say. There's dealings and wheelings going on. Money is exchanging hands. Information is being leaked. Look at this. This is the old guard. It is the old guard over here, because that reminds me of Westminster Abbey. It reminds me of St. George's Chapel, with all the archways and everything. It's the old way of doing things. And they're on a very... That little bench is going to be pulled out. They have found them. This card, Two of Swords in reverse. It's coming to an end. They're working on bringing it to an end. I think an offer has been made. There's some bad news coming. And Kensington Palace here is holding on very tight. Look how this card has popped out again. I just saw it underneath. The Magician in reverse. The end of the spin doctoring is coming to an end, because it's causing chaos for William and Kensington Palace. It's going to be revealed. The secret is going to come out of who it's doing. They are just, with the Four of Swords here, the High Priestess and the Four Swords, they are taking their time. They're taking it their time, and it's almost telling me that it is William lying back, the Queen of Swords sitting back, and giving them enough time to hang themselves. One last message here. One last message here. Just a clarification. Is it Buckingham Palace that they've got to be worried about? Is it the old guard that they... Oh, my cards are sticking. This card will have to flip. Seven of Pentacles. Yes. It's the old. They're waiting, sitting back and seeing. Seven. Look at the sevens here. 7 and 7 and 7. Eight of Cups. Yes. It's the old guard. The old guard cannot let go of the way things have been done. But it's coming to an end. And there's no defense. There is no defense for what they are doing, because they are ruining everything on the vine by these leaks. It's just come to me. They cannot let go of the past and the old way of doing things. There is no defense for what they are doing. And with the Seven of Pentacles here, it's telling me they are the rot on the vine. And the betrayal is coming to an end. It's going to stop. It's going to stop. Balance. Temperance. Judgment is coming. And that will lead to the Ten of Cups here. To happiness within the collective of Kensington Palace. And to the new way of doing things. And the Hanged Man. That person. What did I say, guys? What did I say here? What did I say here with this card? They're hanging around to see if that person is going to hang themselves. That person is going to hang themselves. What did I say? Hanged man. That person is a hanged man. The Hierophant is a hanged man. They are stuck. They're stuck in the past. It's time for a new, bright future and a new way of doing things that will bring happiness and joy and a good outcome for them. There we go. And there's the announcement. New beginnings. Judgment is also a revelation card. The revelations of a new beginning. The announcement of the new way of doing things. There we go. We found it. Harry is getting his information from the Hierophant. King of Wands again in reverse. This King of Wands keeps showing up. I'm going to do a reading about this King of Wands to see who this King of Wands is. I want to know who this King of Wands. I want to know. I'm going to find out. Let's dig. And then, my friends, have a look out for an amazing video that's coming this week. Very different to the royal readings, but my guides pushed me the whole weekend. And I don't know why. This little thing popped up on YouTube about Kazakhstan's capital city. This thing popped up out of nowhere. I've never looked at anything like that on my on YouTube. This thing popped up. My ears perked up and I watched it. I've dug and I've done some research on it. I'll fill you in on it about all the links, and let's see what the cards have to say about that. So keep an eye out for that reading. It's mind-blowing. I get goosebumps just thinking about it, and my guides have just downloaded something to me again, and I can just feel it spilling over me. And thank you to all my new subscribers. I really appreciate you. We have suddenly just shot up, and I really appreciate every single one of you. And thank you again to my beautiful subscriber that sent me this beautiful little globe, this little moon thing, in reflection of how we always get the moon card and the illusions and the delusions, but it is really so special. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much, my friends. Until I speak to you with the Kazakhstan's reading, but I'm also going to find out who this King of Wands is. I want to know who the King of Wands is. Let me know in the comments if there's anything you would like me to read on. This channel is for you, so I would really appreciate your input. Until I speak to you soon. Bye bye.